question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay, won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yo, like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, moves won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Tossing the ball and I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Passing the song to the highest hitter. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yes, know me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I'm for the last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I'll never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
I take shots to the top, I'll get it. I got one life, I'ma do all to win it. I do what's right, push until I fall. I'm slipping to get back up, always stand tall, I'm grinning. I got cuts real deep, been bruised and scarred. I had to learn how to think with my head not hard. I've been chewed up, spit out, torn apart. But picking up all the pieces is a form of art.
I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, 'cause that's what it takes.
All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Mic check 1, 2. Hopefully we're working here. Hey, October 21st. How about that Beyond Meat extending the run today? I'm looking at it in after hours, $4.82. Now I have audio on my iPad and I'm getting an echo over there. So let me turn that off. I don't know why I couldn't hear the sound of the video. Anyways. Welcome back. Hopefully you guys are feeling joyous, happy, whether you already took your gains, whether you're pressing your luck. Congratulations. What a damn day. What a day. And yeah, I put out a couple tweets on Beyond today. I'm not trying to ever tell you how to trade. I'm just sharing information. I did see some of the shorts were pretty upset today, trying to call the longs crazy. Hey, shorts, guess what? Never underestimate a retail traders or high-speed traders or whoever it is. Never underestimate the ability to push these stocks up or you will get wrecked. You MFers, you damn shorts. We don't like you, but we like you having to buy to cover. We do like that. Anya says, I started celebrating early. Yes. I love to hear it, Anya. You should be well in the green now, right, Anya? I know you've been a long time supporter of Beyond Meat, and I have not been, but I certainly can get behind a momentum trade. And you were trying to get back green on your position. Tell us, Anya, was today the day you got in the green? I want to hear a yes. I did exit my position. You know, I had some things to do this afternoon, and I didn't want to be sitting here watching a screen all day. So I had set a target when the market opened of where I'd like to exit, and I just put in a limit order. And then I went on about my morning, and then eventually that limit order filled. So, you know, let this be a lesson for all of the people on YouTube who say, Tony always says he sold at the top. No, I do not say that. It often works out that way, but I don't always sell at the top. Today, another trade where I did not catch the absolute top. But you know what? It's okay. I want to tell you guys it's okay to have first or second base runs. Just keep on doing that every day. You don't need to make every trade a home run. I will never cry because I got out of something and it ran up another $1 or $2. It's fine with me. I took a profit that I was more than happy with. And then we find the next trade the next day. There is nothing wrong with that. What is there something wrong with? Riding something all the way up and then watching that elevator come back down, and then you get stuck, and then you got to go find people to blame. I don't want y'all blaming anyone. I want you celebrating whatever tickers you're trading. I want you to instill that mentality, that internal fortitude that discipline to always be taking profits. And it doesn't mean you got to sell the entire position, but unload a little bit into the runs up so that when the inevitable happens, if it happens, and it always happens eventually, you won't end up having those moments of regret. Corax, what's up? He says, I was tempted at taking 100 shares and selling a weekly call at $4 just to see if I could steal some premium with upside. You mean, yeah, buying 100 shares and selling a call? I mean, why not? Oh, I know why not, because what if it crashes back down, right? The premium that you get selling the call might get wiped out if it crashes all the way back down. Yeah, I want to be clear, guys. I'm out of my position. I'm going to keep celebrating you. I have no trading instructions for you. I don't know how high it can go. We've seen these things go really high, and we've seen them sometimes get snubbed by unexpected corporate actions. Companies like 800% run up. Yeah, we'll drop an ATM. Thank you very much. We could use a little cash right now. Yeah, I'm just saying, you never know. And all I'm gonna be your coach here, reminding you, not giving you instructions to sell. I'm gonna remind you, take some profits off as it moves up. That's all. Because I don't want to be here in a day or two hearing you guys say you left it all on the table and it fell all the way back down. I saw one guy today, he's like, I made $1,000 on Beyond and went and bought some steak at the grocery store. Hey, that's my kind of trader right there. I had, what did I have today? I had some pork sausage that was stuffed with jalapeno and some cheese. And then my side item was yellow squash, the crookneck, sauteed with some onions. Good healthy meal for the day. Corax says what the longs should be worried about is Beyond saw this run and immediately wants a special meeting for a new share cap. Yeah, I saw a couple of filings that I wanted to pull up and talk about just to share data. There was these 13Gs and then a 13G amendment, which gives us a little bit of clues, but also is kind of funny if I'm reading this right. This was from Context Capital Management, a filing on the 15th. The date of event was the 15th. 20 million shares, which was 5% of the float. Remember, the float is now 370 million shares. And this is what we got to be careful about when you see people talking about the short interest being 62%. This is not correct. The float is not 39 million. And that is the main thing that I want to get across to you guys. Not trying to scare anybody out of a trade, but if you are listening to someone say that this is a short squeeze because 62%, the float is not 39 million anymore. It's 371 million. This guy, though, he had 20.5 million, 5% of the float on 10/15. And then we got another filing, an amendment, his exiting trade on the 17th. This was before Beyond popped off. He went down to 0 shares. Can you imagine selling 20 million shares right before this? Right before this? Oh my gosh, he exited right here. 65 cents was probably the most that he got for the day. What the heck? Oh man, you think you're having a bad day because you exited early. This guy exited 20.5 million shares. If I'm reading that right, below $1. Ouch. Anya, who was that? I'm not familiar with this company, but it's just 2 filings in a row from the 15th and the 17th, context, capital management. Charles Carnegie. I did post a screenshot from the Bloomberg terminal showing the updated float in case, you don't like doing math from the 13 Gs, or, there's other filings. There were filings last week letting you know what the share count was going to increase to, with the convertible bond holders, or the debt holders, getting 300 million plus new shares. So do with that info what you will. And a lot of times, like I said to some people in the comments today, it doesn't matter sometimes that the float increased 5x. If a stock is cheap and people are still willing to buy it, and high frequency firms are still trading it, you could run a stock up from $1, $2 to $3, $4, $5, $6. Who knows where it stops? I don't know where it stops. This is the screenshot that I posted. Shares out 392 million, float 372 million. Short interest percentage of the float 10.6%, 39.6 million. The only thing that I will say about that is using the short data from 9:30, and we're at 10:21. So I will allow the possibility. It's very reasonable for you to say the short interest could be higher than 39 million. Absolutely correct. It could be. But more importantly, the shares out is 392 million. And why do I say that? Why is that more important? Because there are plenty of shares for the shorts to borrow. Let's go, Andrew. Let's go. Let's see what the cost to borrow is. Let's see. 46%. So you wonder why the cost to borrow is coming down, because there's plenty of shares out there. That doesn't mean that the bulls have lost. Just means you need to be a little more careful and check your sources. If someone's talking to you about 62% short interest, they have no damn clue what they're talking about. Yeah, this is why this cost to borrow plummeted, because cost to borrow tells you about liquidity, availability of shares. There's plenty of shares available. But the shorts keep trying to snub this run, and people keep moving the price up, and they keep getting spanked. I love it. I love it. I'm no fan of shorts. Just like you guys, I'm no fan of shorts. Six Sun says, are you planning on going short on this? I have never in my life, Six Sun, shorted a stock, and I'd be damned if I'm going to start now. I like to be a positive person, Six Sun, and bet on winners, us, companies. I don't like betting on the misfortune and demise of others. Now, some people, non-retail traders would call me stupid because I'm leaving money on the table half the time. But I will tell you, I don't like unmitigated risk. How do you mitigate the risk of being short when something could run from 50 cents to $5? Love Star says, I'm short beyond right now. I mean, there's no hate here. If you're shorting it, you're more than welcome here. I'd like to hear the perspective of when someone who's short thinks this thing is going to turn around. All I'm telling the longs is Make sure you're collecting some gains along the way, because you never know when the run will get snubbed. And the short interest is not what you think it is. These are important, especially that last one. It's important information to know, and I'm not picking on Beyond. So many tickers we've had this exact same conversation. When corporate actions happen and the float increases, but the brokers don't show it, the short reports don't show it for a week, the data is delayed from the data consolidators, and the pumpers and the social media hype men keep on publishing incorrect short interest data because they're just there for engagement. They don't want to do the unpopular thing. I'll do the unpopular thing. I'll tell you, start paying attention that the short interest is not what you think. The float is 5x what you think. 10x, maybe. I want to see you happy by the end of this week, whatever that means to you. Reef says, what is a realistic price target? I mean, who knows how high these things can go, Reef. I already took my exit, but clearly I was early, and that's okay with me. If I thought it was going to 480, I would not have sold earlier today. But, you know, all of us have a different amount invested. We have a different risk tolerance. And my risk tolerance on these kind of plays is very small. I don't ever know when it's going to end. And like I said, the reality of what happened today was I had things I needed to do for my wife, some errands. She's working night shift. She asked me to go do a couple of things while she was sleeping this morning. I had some things that I needed to do. I had to leave my screens, and I didn't want to be worrying about what if it tanks while I'm gone, and if I have a stop order, it just plows right through it and I don't exit, and then I leave all those gains on the table. I didn't want to mess with that. This is just a trade for me. I was well in the green. I took my profits. I set a limit order, it hit, and then I went and took care of my errands for the day. And now we're back, and it kept running. That's perfectly fine with me. And awesome to you guys. Cha-ching if you diamond handed it and you're still in the green. Andrew says, don't get distracted. Are you telling people to buy, Andrew? But yeah, I'm not trying to distract you or worry you. I just want you armed with facts so that you can't say down the road, oh, I didn't know that the float went up to 370 million shares. Yolo Ono says, I pulled out early. My risk tolerance is small. That's what she said. That's what she said, Dan. King of Kings, what's up? He said, I'd rather stick with AMC. I feel like these runs are distractions or diversions. You know, I got no hate for distractions or diversions. King of Kings, I hear the GameStop people say that. You know how much money we've made on distractions and diversions? We're in it for a day. So what? Distract me, baby. Come on. Distract me. Jiggle them. Can I make some money on it? Good enough for me. It doesn't affect my other trades, whether it's AMC or GameStop, because I'm not a one stock man. This is not a cult. We don't tell you only buy one stock. Effing diversify. Have multiple irons in the fire. Manage the risk for each play according to the risk of the play. That's how I do it. I hear the GameStop people, oh, how dare we talk about Beyond? It's just a distraction. How dare we talk about it? We do not put all of our money in GameStop. I have a long position in GameStop. I've bought some additional warrants, but it's not my only trade, and it never will be. I think that is really, really dangerous, having 100% of your portfolio company-specific risk in one company, unless it was maybe Berkshire Hathaway. Speaking of AMC, though, King of Kings, I just wanted to highlight a couple of headlines, and then I'll cover these on a video maybe tomorrow. Ran out of time today with all the stuff I had going on. Warner Brothers apparently is putting itself up for sale, evaluating acquisition offers from multiple parties. I posted this early this morning in the Discord, not because I think AMC is about to go acquire Warner Brothers. No, this is just important industry news. And it looks like David Ellison over at Paramount Skydance has been making multiple bids to to Warner Brothers to try and buy them out. $20, and now, another one of nearly $24. So that is interesting. And then the other bit of news today was there was some news. Oh, Netflix missed their Q3 earnings because of a Brazilian tax dispute. However, they say if you took that unexpected tax dispute out, they would have met or exceeded their earlier communications. And then there is this other news about Stranger Things is going to have the season 5 finale shown. Is it in cinemas or just AMC on Christmas, New Year's Eve? So a little more Netflix, AMC synergy there going on. Interesting. I'm just intrigued. That's the only word I'm going to use. What is going on with AMC and Netflix? Color me intrigued. Let's going back to Beyond. Let's look at this 14A proxy. Going to have a meeting on November 19th. Various proposals. Transaction support agreement. Proposal 1 to approve the potential issuance of shares of common stock upon conversion or equitization of up to $215 million in new notes. All right. Proposal 2 to approve the restated plan to increase the number of shares of common stock. Proposal 3 to increase the number of authorized shares from 500 million to 3 billion in order to support issuing more stock. Wow. Proposal number 4 to approve a series of 30 alternate amendments to the charter, reverse split, yada, yada, yada. Wow, wow, wow. I hope you guys are reading this, but I would expect for many of you, you will be well out of the trade before November 19th. But still good info to know. If you're just momentum trading it, I don't think I saw a lot of the bearish comments out there saying, you guys don't understand what's about to come your way. If you're trying to diamond hand for life Beyond, you should go read this proxy and really sit in a dark room and think about it. If you're just momentum trading it this week, it's a month away. Who cares? All you got to know is the float is already increased. All this stuff is good to know, but doesn't matter to anybody that's going to be out of the trade by the end of this week. Am I wrong? Bears, am I wrong? Any bears in the chat? Sonny says no, but you know how some of these meme traders are. Yeah. I've seen some crazy meme trader price targets out there on Beyond. Now, someone told me today, Tony, you should not have sold earlier in the day when you did, because this thing is headed to 6 by Friday. Definitely could. I would never argue against that. Just because I sold doesn't mean that it's not going to hit $6. It definitely could. I just had things I needed to do today, and I didn't want to sit in front of my screen all day, and I was happy with my profit. So I took the money and moved on, went on about my day, and I will cheer you from the sidelines, the rest of you that are still going. Could definitely hit 6, or it could snub out in the morning. But I think some of these people saying 40, 50, $100, it's going to surpass GameStop. Yeah, I don't know so much about that. Don't know so much about that. Often what happens with people that push stocks is whatever they're telling you the price target is, just divide that by 10 or 20. If they're giving you a price target that sounds too good to be true, divide it by 10 or 20, and there's probably your reasonable exit. Imagine if the MMTLP people had done that. They're telling them it's going to 100,000. If they had just divided and taken an exit. GTII, Finger, all of these, you know, it's going to 100. Divide by 20, you'd be in good shape. I try not to do price targets on these trades. Number one, I don't know how high they will go. But number two, if I say a number, someone's going to blame me if it doesn't hit that. Oh, you told me it was going to 20 and I held to 18 and then it tanked, so it's your fault. Read the chart, follow the flow, and know your risk tolerance. Tubby Tubby says the company makes garbage, oily food that tastes unhealthy. So no thanks. Hey, Tubby Tubby, did you see the guy that made $1,000 profit momentum trading Beyond today to the long side, and then he said I went and bought $1,000 worth of steaks at the grocery store. I want to also, we talked about AMC. Oh, let's look at the chart for AMC real quick today. I'm still scratching my head looking for any of y'all to give me your best ideas. Not about the price action. We kind of anticipated, if you've been in my Discord, we've been talking for a long time about anticipating some run up in the price as we move into Q4 and people start getting excited. So today's price run up of 12 cents is not really surprising. What is surprising to me is the volume. 34 million shares, 23, 57. And I think it's a fun question to contemplate. Of course, depending on how you're looking at the trade, you're going to have a preconceived answer about who is buying all these shares. Is it bond traders? Is it ARB trading? Is it institutions going long because they believe in AMC for the long run? Is it people just positioning to sell options the rest of this quarter and then they're going to dump it before the vote? I don't have any great answers, but this is what I'm thinking about really deeply this week. Where is this volume coming from? Because if you go back just to like August, 10 million, 9, 6, 5, where's all of this volume coming from and why? Considering the vote that we have coming up in December and the Q3 expected loss. I mean, I wonder a lot about it. Am I missing something? Some of y'all are shouting at your screen, of course you're missing something. You're not bullish enough, Tony. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be wrong. I have no position in AMC. I'm waiting to see what happens with the vote. in the Q3 earnings. But I do wonder. I'm inviting you to provide me your thoughts. I'm talking to a lot of people about this very question. Korak says, think of all those bondholders that got shares and see this run up. That seems where all the liquidity came from. Yeah. I mean, we talked about this a bit in July and August, and especially with the folks in my Discord, that those 79 million shares that got handed to bondholders for $1.79, that's 79 million new shares at the end of July in someone's hands. Okay. And we expected them to sell them for a profit. That would be the reasonable thing to do, right? These guys, 30%, 50%, that's a nice win for them. Psh, Merry Christmas, here's your bonus. But we're well beyond 79 million shares of them moving shares. It's added liquidity, I get what you're saying. But who's doing all this trading and why? Now, I mean, we're in October. Even if these guys wanted, even if they waited till 23 million, they could have sold at the beginning of October and that run up. 56 million right here in September. 17 million. If the theory was the bondholders are dumping their shares into run-ups, well, they're long out of that position. I don't know who's buying this stuff. And no, I don't think it's all retail. There's no way. Retail doesn't have the money for this kind of volume. So it's a good question, and I welcome your thoughts. I don't have all the answers. GameStop today down 2.5%, 22.80. And I almost wanted to make a video saying it's almost in my buy zone, but I think I'll wait till it's in my buy zone, because as I was reviewing the chart, I was going to make a video today saying almost in a buy zone, but then I was like, what are we talking about? We were almost in a buy zone from July to September. So I haven't bought since June at 21.61. I managed to avoid buying all, the last 5 months, waiting for something below 22 bucks. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but we could be below 22 bucks in a day or two if this trend keeps up. More than likely, it's just going to go right back to this boring nonsense. Just out of reach for me, 22.14 to 23 bucks. Until the next quarterly earnings, or until excitement over that upcoming earnings. I think there's going to be people, there's clearly people in GameStop demoralized from Ryan Cohen's interview, the decades and centuries thing. But, maybe there's a changing of the guard here. Let these people get washed out. They're not here for the long run. They wanted the MOAS traders. Let them get washed out. Let them leave. Let's have a little bit of capitulation. I'll come in and buy it. I don't hate GameStop. I just hate overpaying. I want a capitulation entry. So y'all go ahead and sell. Those of y'all are mad at Ryan Cohen. I like a company with 8.7 billion in cash and potentially a turnaround here on revenue and earnings. I'm not saying it's miracle earnings. Don't get me wrong, y'all haters out there, the bears that are watching. I'm just saying that I think it's, for me, a relatively safe trade around 21 bucks unless the market crashes. In which case, I'm not going to blame GameStop. I know y'all will. Y'all bears will still blame GameStop. But we're getting close. We're getting real close to old Tony buying some more GameStop. And I look forward to making that video. Gold and silver getting smashed today. What the heck? Our gold junior miners down 10%. Silver basket of juniors down 11%. Hycroft down 15 point, almost 16%. I did buy more Hycroft on these new lows today. Just small add to my existing position. Not a recommendation to you by any stretch. Highly speculative trade. What are gold and silver going to do? That is the only question you need to ask yourself. If you think they're going down, stay far away. If you think this is a temporary pullback, maybe it's a good time to buy. And you could just buy GLD or SLV. You could go buy physical, or you could take a little gamble on something like a Hycroft. And then you got one more thing to gamble on. What is the technical report going to say? But I added a little bit today. Don't hate. I like to have a couple of gambling plays in the fire. Certainly not a recommendation for you. This is what I call a highly speculative trade. And I'm going to go bullish on gold and silver for a bit. So we'll see if I'm right or if I end up getting burned. But you know what? If I get burned, I know how to size my position. This is not my only position. If it falls a little bit, it's going to be okay. And I own SLV also. Tubby says maybe the decades and centuries talk is coded for reverse psychology to say weeks and months to Moeth. I've seen a lot of different alternate, he's trying to tell us this. I don't do that whole. I think people speak plainly and you should listen plainly to them. I don't do alternate coded meanings. Kenneth says, how are the technicals looking? All right, that's a good question. Let's turn these off for a second. I mean, clearly, let's get rid of this. Let's screw this. Let's go to my day trading. Did I turn off all the damn signals? The problem is when you're in a massive FOMO bull run, short squeeze, whatever you want to call it, the damn thing it's staying above all of the indicators. If you zoom out a little bit, there are times during the day, like in the morning, the stock is weak and then it just wakes up out of nowhere in the middle of the day. That happened today, happened yesterday. And then it continues on through the night, and it makes me really hesitant when I'm trying to read indicators when a lot of the push up is happening in after hours and extended hours, because I don't trust those low volume after hours to hold the next day. I mean, it's cool if they do. I've gotten burned too many times believing in this stuff, the after hours. It's above every indicator that I would watch. So there's no red flags here for me saying the technicals are saying it's about to turn, other than at some point the buying momentum runs out. And I would watch it tomorrow on the 1 and 5 minutes, maybe the hourly. And we look for what we call the needle of death. MMTLP. Is it MM? Can't even see the chart anymore, can we? What's a good stock that had a needle of death? Maybe, no, they're all fucking bankrupt now. When when you have that moment where it goes up and then there's a wick that goes on an hourly or a daily, that was all of the shorts that needed to cover getting wiped out. And then they're out of the play. There's no more covering, and it only goes down from there because all of their buying pressure got taken out. And once it starts going red, then the new shorts pile in, the ones that didn't get wiped out. But that moment has not happened, and so this could keep going for a while. There's no signal for me here that says it's done. Tubby Tubby says, where do you think Beyond would be in 2 weeks? I would be shocked. I'm just going to be honest. I'd be shocked if this run lasts until the end of this week. That's my honest guess. But yeah, where is the top? I mean, between now and Friday, how high can it go? Heck if I know. This is way more than retail buying the stock. Look at this volume. 367 million. I mean, the high-speed traders, momentum traders, day traders, shorts covering, shorts trying to stop the run and getting smashed. And you never know. When I see the top, you know, I always make these videos like on MMAT or Finger or Bed Bath & Beyond. When we see the top, it's pretty easy to see it. I don't see the top yet. About an hour after I see it, I'll be able to make a video and say, hey, I think that was just the top. But you need to be paying attention to that. Don't wait for a video from me. I don't see a top yet. I'm talking the old BYQ Tubby Tubby. I did trade that one when Ryan Cohen hype was going on back in the day, and I took an exit, and then later that day or the next day, I forget, he filed that he was selling. That was just luck on my part. Anya says maybe it's that meme ETF buying. Yeah, thank you, Anya, for reminding me. The meme ETF is back, and apparently they're buying Beyond. And also there was some news about a deal with Walmart. Roundhill Investments, in its newly revamped meme ETF, ticker symbol MEME. The addition, it says, set off a gargantuan short squeeze. And then they use bad data. I think this is written by AI. They say as over 63% of the firm's shares were shorted prior to the announcement. No, they weren't. You're using data from last week, Benzinga, and your dumb AI. 63% are not shorted. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the facts are, ladies and gentlemen. Half of retail and momentum traders for sure, and computers that are programmed to trade the momentum, nobody cares about facts. Nobody cares about truth. They only care about the chart until the chart says get the F out. So play the momentum. Have fun. Have a plan. Korak says the top I've seen on these is when the momentum seems to go flat. It will. I agree, Korak. So you'll have one or two candles on a 5-minute or an hourly where it will kind of go flat. But in one of those candles, there's usually a huge wick up. And just my own interpretation of that was the last of the shorts capitulation. the last of the massive buying pressure. And it's gotten so high that whatever ticker, whatever price, it's gotten so high that no more bulls are willing to come in. And then these things deflate really quickly. We'll see. We'll see in the next couple days, I think, what happens. I hope for those of y'all that need it to go to 5 or 6 or want it to, I hope it does. I'm not seeing any reason for me to say it's over yet. CC says, I live in Australia, so I have to reply on setting limit sells to not get burnt. Would you say I should set a sell order at 7, or is that too low or higher in my opinion? I had set a sell order earlier today, and it was well below that, and my sell order got executed. So I'm probably not the right one to tell you what price level to set your sell at. I would say, what profit level are you going to be happy with? And how sad are you going to be if you set it for 7 and it tops out tomorrow at $4.50 and then goes down to $2? How sad are you going to be? I mean, these are things you need to ask yourself right now as you're thinking about where to set your sell limit. Are you going to say, oh, well, that's the breaks. You know, I didn't get 7 and I didn't get $4.50. And now it's back at 2. I'll take my lumps and I'll take my little meager gains. You could do a trailing stop loss also. Just ride it up. I've done that from time to time when I don't know how high it's going to do. Just set a trailing stop loss. If it drops 20% in a day, get me out. And it will ride up. It'll ride the chart up. As long as it's moving up, you stay in. As long as they don't stop loss hunt you. There's many different ways to do it, but far be it from me. There's no way to tell where these type of things top out. Kenneth says cost to borrow is very high and 0 shares available. I would say, I will bet you money, Kenneth, there are plenty of shares available. Don't tell me you're listening to social media about 0 shares available, Kenneth. I love you guys. I love you. And we're going to have this conversation again. I don't know who is saying no shares available. But if you're looking at something like this and thinking that is the extent of all lenders, you are not being honest with yourself or listening to people who are foolish and liars. Because I'm just going to point you down here to this footnote. This data is from Interactive Brokers. So is every other data reporting site that shows 0. Go to Fintel. The only data they're reporting here is from Interactive Brokers. One lender in a world of lenders. Don't let these people lie to you. Don't let data lie to you that there's 0 available. That is bullshit. That's what people will tell you to keep you buying and not sell and not take your profits, and you will let them trick you and you'll leave money on the table because you think there's no shares available. There's definitely shares available. The shares out right now is 392 million. The float is 372 million. There's 320 million more shares today than there were on Friday. There are plenty of shares available. There's also high demand to borrow them in short, which is why the fee is 46%. But it's dropped 90%. Remember when it was 500% borrow fee? Why did that change? because there's plenty of shares. Remember this? Last week, 500%. Why did it drop? Massive new shares out there. And do not believe this column. Don't let people lie to you that there's 0 shares available. Call these motherfuckers out. They will never post the footnotes. Some of the websites will tell you this should not be indicative to you of the entire lendable pool. Pretty sure Fintel has better footnotes than Chart Exchange. But they all get their data from the API of IBKR. And you got to understand that is not the entire lending pool. I only say this because I love you. I want to see you do well. Nike says, what about Highcroft? We talked about Highcroft a few minutes ago. Just scroll back to where we were looking at the gold and silver screen here. And I did add a little more Highcroft today, but I do not give trading recommendations for Highcroft. It's highly speculative. You better know what the heck you're doing. Not for everybody. Do you believe in gold and silver? That's my first question. And then follow your heart, whatever it says. Yes, I believe, or no, I don't believe. Korak says, Tony, you're a tech guy. We should do a startup data company that pays the brokers to give us all their short data to sell. I kind of do it the brute force way, Korax. I have, hey, open up an account at all the brokers and make sure you're set up for short trading, even if you don't short, and then go see if you can borrow the shares. Anytime I see, 0 available from IBKR, I'll call Mediocre up and I say, go on TradingView and see if you can borrow shares on this. He's like, yep, I can. Why? No problem. You better know some shorts if you're going to believe data like 0 shares available, or have your own accounts where you can double check. Have your accounts. Pond Prowler still talking him some bows. Bows? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Where is Dink? Anya, what was that other ticker you and Dink are trying to trade? What? LP. Is it LPTM? No. What is that other ticker, Anya? Kyle says, I think Roaring Kitty bought Beyond. Let's start that rumor, Kyle. Pond Prowler, LPSN. There's Dink, LPSN. Oh, yeah. We keep on circling back to this discussion about live person. 544 looked like a pretty decent entry. A new low. What do we like about this company, Dink? Oh, AI. Oh, okay. This is our own Discord internal battle. Do you invest in live person for the AI play, or do you invest in Railtown? What's the old Railtown doing today? 42 cents, down 4.5%. There was a update, a filing yesterday from Railtown with the amalgamation agreement, 100+ pages. I did a quick video on that this morning. They should have the AIP vote to approve the merger on or before October 31st. The company has gone silent in answering me. They were always pretty good about getting back with me, having long conversations, answering my questions. They have not returned a single message or phone call since the deal was pushed, the October 8th, since the deal was announced. And I think it's probably because they don't want to talk to anybody, get anybody in trouble like me. They don't want to take me over the wall, so to speak, while we're waiting on the AIP vote to get done. So we're all just kind of floundering around, waiting to see what happens. But for me, Railtown is just, we didn't get a pop on the news. Maybe we get a pop on the next news, or maybe you got to wait until we find out what their next revenue and earnings is. And I am sized according to my risk, sized according to my comfort level. I see a lot of people on the other channels that are covering this stock losing their minds. They're angry, they're upset because they were told to buy in every day at any price, and they bought $100,000 worth at 62 cents. Like, what the heck are you doing, man? What are you doing? But maybe they're comfortable with that. But if they're comfortable with that, why are they upset? You shouldn't be upset. Shouldn't be upset. If you're upset about a trade, you were impatient, you bought in at the top, or you sized it inappropriately for your comfort level. Don't be upset. Be smart. Let's make a t-shirt that says that. Don't get mad. Get smarter. We're going to make another t-shirt that says, look in the mirror. Whose fault is it that I'm down? Is it FINRA? Is it the SEC? Is it the DOJ? Is it Adam Aaron working with the shorts? No. Look in the mirror. If you're mad, you did something wrong. Hey, we all lose on trades from time to time. I only blame myself. I try and learn from it. I'm not a blame shifter. We all fuck up from time to time. You better learn from it. Own it. See what you missed. How can you improve? Lottery Stocks, what's up? He says, I give your community a free one, RXRX. What's up, amigo? I need to have you on one of these days and just shoot the shit, Lottery Stocks. Mediocre's he's been MIA in the evenings. I talked to him during the day, and then I think he's just knackered by the evenings. RXRX. All right. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna look real quick. Shh. Oh no, it's a pharma. Those scare me. Lottery. Clinical stage pharma. Ooh. Got some revenue. Oh man. Oh man. In one sentence, tell me what you love. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. I mean, some people I can have a discussion about financials with, and then other people, you see these guys on the other channels on YouTube, boy, if you have a different opinion, they lose their shit. They go all narcissists. They go, what's that other? Throw out all of your psychological problems. Trying to think, the one that starts with the, there's one that starts with the B. They go all cray-cray on you. If you got to be able to have a discussion with other adults, ladies and gentlemen, about someone might have a different opinion about the financials or about your stock, and then you both shake hands and go on about your day. Thank you for your thoughts. I still like my conviction, and we'll see who's right. That's how the stock market works. Bat crazy. No, there's another clinical condition. I had a girlfriend that got diagnosed with it one time. I only found about it after the fact. What is it where they act real happy one day and then they're yelling at you, cursing you out the next day? I forget. I blocked it out of my mind. I just remember the book that I read. Denaroitis. No, I'm not crazy. Bipolar. Yeah, that's it. Bipolar. Thank you. NASCAR. You gotta watch out for those bipolar people. I see a lot of bipolar people on YouTube. Like, oh yeah, I love you, Tony. Let's do some live streams. You know. Oh, you have a different opinion than me? No, I'm quitting this live stream. I'm gonna go start my own live stream and I'm gonna talk shit. How dare you have a different opinion? You know how many people we've gone through over the past 4 years that are this bipolar nonsense? They're your best buddy until you dare have any kind of different opinion. I can't deal with these people. I can't deal with these people. They're not normal. I shun those people in real life. I definitely shun them. Narcissists, bipolar on YouTube. No. No can do. Multiple personalities. Oh man. Schizophrenia, yeah. There's some schizophreniacs probably on YouTube also. Lottery Stock says, all right, and he seems reasonable. He says, for sure the company is awful. We momentum traded recent news, prepping a small position for another brief push. So that's perfectly fine. Many times, I've said this to my audience many times. If you're only momentum trading it, if you're just doing quick ins and outs, if you think you found a local bottom on the chart, then often what the financial statements say don't matter because you're just going to be in it for a day or two, except if you need to foresee that a corporate action could be dropped on you in the overnight, like an ATM offering. Like the company was waiting for this run up to drop an offering. That's the main reason I go peek at this stuff. Not to try and talk people out of a momentum trade. I just want to know for my own comfort level, how likely are they to drop some, how likely are they going to need some cash? How likely are they going to rug pull my great momentum trade? Because we've seen that happen. It's negative 76 million operating, and they got plenty of cash, it looks like. So I'm less worried about that for this company, RXRX. Let's see what kind of filings they got. But yeah, for day trading, momentum trading, a lot of times we don't care. We don't care about the financials because you're in and out too quick for it to matter. Prospectus filed back in August. Resale. So some insiders on lightening up, not the company. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. As long as you know they're not making money and you're just trading the chart, knock yourself out. Free float, 407 million shares. Good luck. Good luck to you. I always wish you guys well. Tourette's, Anya. Yeah, there are some bipolar Tourette's people out there for sure too. On YouTube. Wedmore says, amazing how so many push FUD go silent when the stocks go down. Stop making videos, and when it goes up 1%, they're back to making videos, and the comments are delusional. I wonder, Wedmore, if it's all planned out like that, right? I get all the hate comments when I, like on a finger motion or a GTII or a Bed Bath & Beyond or a MMTLP. When I see the chart topping out and I make a video saying, hey, it's topping out, and all the hate comes in and the hate comments. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. But then a few days later or a few weeks later, and it's down 90%. Nobody ever comes back and says, oh, shit, man, you were right. And all of the videos pumping that stock tend to stop, except BYQ. They still making videos about that one coming back. I'll give those guys some points for stick-to-itiveness. Korak says, the hypocrites are the best. They claim they hate grifters, but then they support the grifters. As long as they parrot a narrative they like. I see that a lot too. The best case in point was the dichotomy of Adam Aaron and AMC versus David Mishery and Mullen. The same people who would tweet over and over how they hated Adam Aaron. He's the dilution king. Couldn't wait to snub every run. These same people, and that's fine if that's their opinion. Cool. You could have that opinion. But you hate that behavior, but you're promoting Mullen. You have no problem with David Mishery. You guys know those people are out there, right? The people that hated Adam Aaron were actively, continuously promoting Mullen. What the heck, man? And then the people that hate Adam Aaron that promote those people promoting Mullen and David Mishery, like the second line commenters. Oh, I love this guy because he hates Adam Aaron. Let's not talk about his Mullen grift. It's really weird, the behaviors that go on out there. Really, really weird. I don't get it. Jersey Man says, Tony, have you traded Beyond as a squeeze play? Yeah. I got in pre-market on Monday and I exited today. Not because I thought that the run was over. I just had things I needed to do today. And I didn't want to be stuck watching my screen. So I'm here celebrating with you guys, and I don't really see anything that tells me that the run is over. Do I wish, would it have been nice to hold till the end of the day? Of course. But I never cry over spilt milk. I made good profit, and I'm happy with it. And if it keeps going and you make even more than me, I will be very happy for you. Miguel says, should I buy Beyond tomorrow or not? I don't give buy or sell instructions on any ticker, Miguel. I don't know you. I don't know your portfolio size. I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't even know what Beyond is going to do tomorrow. I will talk about what I'm doing. I'm happy to talk about my trades. I like value stocks. I like profitable companies, and I speculate with a small percentage of my portfolio in momentum trades like this. What I do should never be instructions for you, because you probably have a different risk tolerance than me. I learned that from the AMC crowd. A lot of people don't know how to define their own risk tolerance, and then when shit goes downhill, they're looking for someone else to blame. Hence the t-shirt, look in the mirror. Like, you better learn yourself. You better learn yourself. What is my risk tolerance? Am I overexposed here? Am I properly diversified across my entire portfolio? Do I mostly own profitable companies, or am I moonshotting every play? Know yourself. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, should you buy tomorrow? I'm not getting angry at you, Miguel. I'm just like, I want you guys to take ownership and not get price targets from people on social media. The chart looks good to me still. And when that changes, I will say that that has changed. I wish I wouldn't have exited, but I had my plan. I had things I needed to do. Took my exit. I made good money on it. And would I still buy tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe. I've re-entered plays before if they still have momentum. I don't have anything particular planned tomorrow like I did today. So we'll see. We'll see what it's doing mañana. I've entered the same play and exited it 3 or 4 times in a day before. As long as it's still moving, I will trade it. It's cool by me. Zachary says grandparents and parents didn't educate about the markets. Teachers don't, brokers don't, hedge funds definitely don't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people out there do not want you educated. That is a fact. And even, I mean, even the ones that want to educate, like me, look at the pushback and the hate that I get. Oh, he's paid by the hedge funds. He's a, what do they say? Well, I got one today. What did he say? He's a paid bad actor. He's paid by the hedge funds. For what? Telling you the Beyond float is 390 million shares. That sharing facts makes me a bad actor. I mean, I guess if you don't like facts, if you're part of the grifter group, you might not like me. But if you're an actual trader who's trying to make rational trades and minimize your risk and bring profits home to feed your family, you might want to know what the float is. I'll be the fact guy. I'll take all the arrows and the hate. Because I'm not out here talking nonsense. I'm trying to help teach you guys. Am I buying tomorrow? Maybe. Stunzu. Maybe I will. Like I said, I'm never opposed to re-entering a trade if the momentum is still there. And if I'm wrong, if I buy in the morning and I'm wrong and it starts turning against me, I will sell in a heartbeat. I know how to use the sell button. So have a plan. That's all I'm going to say. Have a plan, not a wing and a prayer. Carlton, I'm going to do some videos about GME's next earnings. I'm still long GameStop. I've added some additional warrants, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit, few more people pissed off and capitulating and leaving the play so I can buy it a little bit cheaper. I haven't bought GameStop since June, and I'd like to add before the next earnings. But it's got to be at a price that I like. And for me, that's under 22 bucks. We're getting close. And I'm excited to see what the next earnings is. But this is not a channel where I tell you to buy GameStop every day at any price. There's pumper channels, grifters, cult channels that will tell you that. That is not this channel. I will tell you, wait for a good entry. And then hope that the company continues good results. That's my plan. Stunzu says, we don't make rational trades. I know. Sometimes I don't either. Sometimes people think my trades are really crazy. And sometimes they are. But I manage my position size. Korak says, curious how Intel earnings on Thursday go. Pretty sure it won't be good if they're transitioning. Let's just take a quick look at the chart. I've seen you tweeting about Intel. We were talking about Intel. Korak, how long ago did I tell you to go long on Intel? Back in August of 2024 when it was at 19 bucks. Look at it now, $38. Tony doesn't ever give us some good trades. No, y'all just watch the wrong videos. You don't want to watch. You don't want to listen about boring companies. Doubled your money with little risk. Yeah, I don't know. The amount of good risk-free trades that I've given you guys is legion, but nobody watches those videos. Y'all just want to play the momentum trades, and I don't blame you. I mean, 750% on Beyond in 2 days is pretty fucking spectacular. I'm just trying to juice my portfolio with these, not make them my portfolio. You know what I mean? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to eat some dinner. We're at 9:22. I want to thank you for hanging out tonight. Let's go beyond. Let's go GameStop. I'll even say let's go AMC, but what I mean is go see a movie. Go see a movie. Do your part. And if Beyond's popping tomorrow, maybe we'll do a live stream and trade it live during the day. We'll see. Good luck. Get some sleep. We got to wake up early and see what's popping.
A red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. Green candle up and red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone. GameStop's rising, going strong. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, show you care. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, hedges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Hedges gains are dead and gone, but the short we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share.
Up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right.
Hello, millionaire. Short squeeze plays, my fortune flip. GameStop's journey, an epic trip. From humble roots to the moon we fly. A company's dream will amplify. Ready warriors, keyboards in hand. With their eyes on the prize, they took a stand. No one's selling, we're here to fight. How does it go? Up and to the right, up and to the right. We're in for the ride. It stops on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, molasses in sight. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. It stops on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, molasses in sight. hedge funds trembling, Kenny's in shock. GameStop stock, you'll never stop. From diamond hands to rocket ships, we're not selling, we buy every dip. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. Up and to the right, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Up and to the right, more asses in sight. Billions in cash on the balance sheet, we will win even if they cheat. Dilute us more, we don't care. Book value grows with every share. The doubters say it can't be done, but the retail army we've already won. With every share we'll never stop. Investors say we love the stock. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. It stops on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. We're in for the ride. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right.
Surprise!
We're gonna win.